Welcome back. Joining me now is Judi Baril. She is with the Kinsmen Club of Prescott, and she's here to talk about the spirit of giving. Judi, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. It's nice to be here.
It's always nice to have you in the studio. So tell our viewers, especially those that are not aware of, what the spirit of giving, what is it?
Okay, so the spirit of giving has been going on for a very long time in the South Grenville area. It was started in the mid-1980s by Bernie Currier, who was an accounting teacher at South Grenville. And Bernie's class, one winter, decided they wanted to do something for people living in poverty. And they started the spirit of giving. So they did essentially what we do. Our program has expanded quite a bit since Bernie did it. They started collecting cans and things like that, and they made sure that people who needed help at Christmas time got a basket of food.
Yes.
So the problem with the having run that program out of the high school was that every year Bernie had a different class. And so he had to start all over again, gearing them up and getting them ready to help with the spirit of giving. So in 1988, after Christmas, he called me and he said, I'd really like to give the program over to an organization who would be able to really manage it on a full-time basis. And at that time, we had a Connect Club in Prescott. So I came back to the Connect and we met with the Kinsmen and we decided we would do the project. The first project was in 1989.
Yes.
And we decided that we would take on that project. The Connects would run it one year, the Kinsmen would run it the next year, and go back and forth.
Right.
The first year we did it, we realized that we needed both clubs because the program was growing exponentially. So in 1989 was our first year. We have grown in the program that because we understand now the needs of persons living in poverty and vulnerable families.
Yes.
So we've expanded the program. It's probably 20 or 30 times more than what happened in 1989.
Okay. All right. So when you give the package, the box or the bag or whatever, what is actually in there?
So we make sure that every single person that registers gets a complete package for Christmas dinner.
Okay.
So they get turkey, dressing, they get a loaf of bread, they get margarine, they get a dozen eggs, they get apples, oranges, everything they need to make a Christmas dinner. That's the first thing we do. A bag of carrots. The Kinsmen buy all of that perishable product, including the turkeys. We did give hams last year to single people because we felt that they could cut them up and make multiple meals rather than cooking a whole turkey.
Right.
So we purchase all of that. And then because of the donations we get from the community, from schools and churches, we actually have enough food in the warehouse that we can actually make enough food for each person or family to eat for a whole week. So we're very strategic about that. So if we give you a package of pasta, we also give you a package of sauce. If we give you soup, we give you crackers. We make sure that they can stretch their meals as far as they can. Between Christmas and the first of the year is oftentimes the hardest time for families because there's so much dollars that are invested in and around Christmas, and it's really difficult. We also give every child under the age of 12 a Christmas present.
Oh, wow.
And if there's children in the family that are like, I'm going to say 13 or 14 or 15, and that happens, right?
Yes.
Instead of just sending one gift home for one child, we'll put in board games or something like that so that it can be a family experience for Christmas. We're not just going to send gifts home for one person. We're going to send them home for everybody.
That's nice. That's really considerate.
I can't imagine having 3 children in a family and one child gets gifts and the other 2 don't.
No.
It doesn't work.
No.
So we're very flexible about that.
That's great. Now, I understand that O'Reilly's in Prescott, the independent grocer, is also helping you out.
O'Reilly's is a wonderful partner for the Kinsmen Club of Prescott. Chris and Lori do an amazing job for us. And this Saturday is our launch date. So November the 4th, we're going to have bags worth $5, $10, and $20 that people that are in the store can pick up. And then when they come out of the store, the OPP are partnering with us this year, and we're going to load up a cruiser. We're going to try to fill a cruiser with food, and I'm confident we'll do it multiple times, because last year we filled fire trucks, and we were because last year we partnered with the firemen. This year it's the OPP's turn, so it's going to be a great day. It's always a fun start for our campaign, and last year we had enough bags donated that we could just put a whole bag in the boxes at Christmas time. We didn't have to unwrap them. We just distributed them. It was wonderful.
Much easier.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. Wow, honestly. So how do people sign up? Like, how do the families sign up for this?
We're growing again in our registration. So this year, if you live in the Cardinal area, you can actually register at the Cardinal Food Bank. They've been a partner of ours for years and years and years.
Okay.
And so if you live in Cardinal, you can go to the Cardinal Food Bank, and they're going to register families on November 8th, 15th, and the 22nd. They're only open one day a week on Wednesday. So for the first 3 Wednesdays, 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd, they can sign up in Cardinal at the food bank.
What time?
It's whenever the food bank is open. When the food bank is open, no matter what time they go in, they will take their registration.
Oh, all right.
And we usually get about, I'm going to say maybe 35 to 50 families from that area. So it's a really important opportunity for us to be there.
All right.
And if you live in the Spencerville area, you can register at the Spencerville Food Bank, and they're open on Thursdays. So they're going to be there from the 9th, the 16th, and the 23rd. So the next day after Cardinals, and you can register there. And not very many, we didn't get very many families from there last year, I think about 15, but it's people who live in poverty, or people who are living paycheck to paycheck, oftentimes don't have a car or a second vehicle. So it's really hard for them to come into Prescott, which is our other location where we sign people up. We're also going this year to King's Kitchen. King's Kitchen is a food program that happens every Wednesdays at South Grenville in the cafeteria. They feed about 160 people every week. So if you are hungry and you need some food, you can take your family there. It's a free meal. And so we are going to be there on the 15th of November. I have 3 people that will be there registering families, and we think there might be about 50 clients there. So we're hoping that that's another opportunity for people, because it's from 4:30 to 6:30, which is in the evening. Okay. So if they are working poor and they get off work at 5 o'clock and they come to King's Kitchen to have a supper, they'll be able to register with us. We're trying to make it as easy as possible. My registrations team is the best that there is. They are so kind and they're so giving, and they make you feel so welcome no matter where you come from. The program was designed by Bernie that if you thought you needed help, we would give you help. And we have never changed that. Aww. We don't judge. We sign you up. We tell you when to come and get your basket. And we're happy to do it. That
is nice. Now, what about the 20th and the 24th? I believe there's some more signage.
Annually, we will, for a whole week, we will register people at the Leo Boyven Community Center. So from 1 to 3, from November 20th to the 24th, we are going to be at the Leo Boyven Center. There's going to be 2 people there every day, so it's a really quick process. It's only a 1-page form that they fill out, which is all we really need. I only need information about you that I need. I don't need any extra information. We don't ask about your finances. We don't ask about anything like that. We just ask you where you live, what your address is, what your family looks like, what your partner looks like how old are your children, what gender are they, and we build that package around what the information they give us. Yes,
well, it makes it easier for you people. I mean, you'd be guessing, how many children do they have? Well, I don't know.
And the most important thing is that family total. So if the family has a mom and a dad and 5 kids, then that means that on the box that we prepare for them, it's going to have a number 7. And that alerts my people that are distributing the food that that's a big family. And they need more than just 1 can of soup. They need a bunch of things like that. So it's really important that we identify the numbers living in that household. We're finding multi-generational families living together. It's very interesting to me that it seems like it's gone back to the old days.
Yes. So, Judi, if there's people listening to this and they think, you know what, I'd like to donate, but I'd rather donate something that somebody can use. What could I pick up at the grocery store or just a store that people would use? So
3 years ago, this is our 4th Christmas for doing it, we have what we call a giving tree. And it's being used in most of the churches around the area, but we're also introducing it to one of our schools this year. And what we did with that was we tried to create an environment where there was no guessing about what you wanted to buy. We developed a program, so it's actually a Christmas tree, and there's bulbs on the tree. And on the front of it, it says breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or health.
Okay.
And if you flip the ball over, it'll tell you exactly what you need to buy. So for breakfast, it might say a box of pancake mix, a bottle of syrup, a can of fruit. And we try to create an environment where there's no guessing. You can say, I'm going to buy a lunch for a family of 4, and this is what I have to get. 2 cans of soup, a box of crackers, and a thing of Jell-O pudding, or something like that. Just something. So we try to make it as easy to give as possible. And developing that package around a family of 4 really helped us out last year. It's been really very positive, and it gives people an opportunity. So there's no guessing. You know exactly. We introduced health last year because people living in poverty don't often use, they don't have enough money to utilize their dollars to buy toothpaste and toothbrushes and soap and shampoo. Very important. So that is also on that tree now, and people can do that. So it's given us a whole new, you know, component of what we can put in those boxes.
Last question. How many did you serve last year?
We served 320 families. We partner with the Salvation Army in Brockville. So any family that registers with them within the South Grenville area, Doris just sends those over to me. We contact them and let them know when they can pick their basket up. And so we did about 35 families from them. We also partnered with the food bank last year, and we gave 31 packages out to families that they considered shut-ins. A shut-in for the food bank is somebody that never leaves their home, and they deliver food to them. So we did that. And we also partner with Connect Youth, which is a youth program in Prescott. Last year, well, we've done it for many, many years, probably 20 years. We give them food for their center. They operate out of South Grenville, and at lunchtime, they are feeding up to 45 young people that go in there to get something. It might be just soup and a sandwich, but it's nutrition for them to get through the day.
Soup and sandwich is good. It really is.
So we give them enough food to sustain that center for as long as we can. We also give them food for their apartments. The apartments that they run are for homeless youth. Children can stay there, young people can stay there for 6 weeks, and then they transition to another more permanent location. They have 5 apartments that they have now, and 2 of them are double occupancy. So we will give them a box of food that a young person could prepare from 16 to 25. It might be a can of soup, it might be noodles, it might be whatever. But we make sure that they have enough for the apartment to keep them going. So they'll just stock that pantry at the apartment, and whoever transitions into that house will be able to have food to eat. And they also, during COVID, Connect Youth was, because the youth weren't coming into the high school, they were dropping off packages to vulnerable families on the weekends to keep them fed. And so last year we partnered with them again, and we're looking for those numbers now to see how many families they're going to be delivering food to. Children are hungry Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
They could eat anytime.
Anytime. You know, so a food bank is only available to you 1 day a month. We try to give them as much food to kind of get them through that winter vacation, so when they go back to school or whatever, there's some sustenance there.
Thank you for coming in and sitting down with me. I really, really appreciate it. And it's awesome what you people are doing in Prescott for the spirit of giving.
Thank you so much, Doreen. It was such a pleasure to be here.
Good.